What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Addicted to Madden channel. Got some more gameplay for you. Got the Cowboys going up against the Panthers, and I'm the Panthers. He's the Cowboys. This is the second time I've seen the Cowboys technically. There was one other game that I was in, and it was very laggy, and after the very opening kickoff, I kicked it off to him. He returned it to, like, I don't know, the 20, and then he just quit the game. He didn't try to do a friendly quit or anything. He just quit the game. So I got the win there. But so technically this is the second time I've seen the Cowboys. But once again, I like to say I'm glad that to see people using teams that you don't always see. I still haven't seen the Seahawks or the 49ers yet. And I'm relieved by that, but I'm so surprised by that too. I can't believe it. I mean, it's cool to see people trying to use teams that are kind of mediocre, because I think that really tests your your skill set. If using the really good teams, if you win with those good teams, there's no telling if you're really that good, because if you're winning because of you, or if you're just winning because your team is overpowered. But you can win with a team that's pretty mediocre, or beneath that, then you're good. So I'm glad to see people actually testing their skills. I don't know if it's people doing that exactly, or if they just think if this guy actually just happens to be a Cowboy fan. He whiffs on that field goal right there. He did a good job driving down the field, and then he missed the field goal. I'm not sure how or why. I don't think this was a windy game, because I usually pick I pick clear settings. So if I'm the home team, I usually pick clear. So I don't know how he missed that, but either way, get a long QB run here. I think I ran QB power, and I'm telling you, man, those QB runs actually work. If you do them right, if you take your time with the blocking, follow your blockers, assuming nobody blocks doesn't mean block shedding. Those QB runs are actually pretty underrated, and they can actually work. Usually they're a guaranteed like 5 yards. I'd say like 4 to 5 yards, but every now and then, assuming he calls a wrong play, you bust a long touchdown run like that one. So I ended up scoring that touchdown, and I D him up here, force him to punt the ball, and we're about halfway through the second quarter. So at this point, I'm pretty much going to try to milk the clock, and then score at the end of this quarter. And then I can't remember who gets the kickoff, but if it's either way, I'd like to go into the second half. But in fact, I think he's going to end up getting the ball for the second half. But I'd go into the second half with a multiple touchdown lead. But he ends up doing me up pretty well there, so I actually have to punt the ball. And so he's going to get the ball back with about a minute to go, and try to move the ball here, and he hits Des Bryant right there. So that was a very good look for him there. And then he's got DeMarco Murray, who last year in Madden 25 was a little overpowered. They made him a lot better than he really actually is. Dude felt like Adrian Peterson. He would break tackles. He was super fast. It was crazy, but it's good to see that they kind of they brought him back down to earth. They kind of made him a little bit more like what he really is, which is a decent running back, but not a great running back. And so he's with only a few seconds left, he's trying to throw it down the field, but I end up picking that off. And so I end up just QB kneeling it, and just going to the half with the lead. And actually, I do receive the ball. So I figured, what's the point of trying to throw a bomb? You never know what's going to happen. You might even throw in a pick six or something. So I figured I would just QB kneel it. I was in my territory anyways. Just QB kneel it, and just go into the second half with the lead and the ball. So even though I'm only up by 1 touchdown, I still want to try to milk the clock here. So running and short passes is pretty much how I'm gonna do that. Get the QB sneak there, just keep the drive going. I always, anytime it's 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, I don't like to mess around with that. I want to keep my drive alive. Continue to milk the clock, and so I will QB sneak it even at 3rd and 1. I like to keep the drive alive. I hit Greg Olsen with wide open. I'm not sure what defense that was, but he was wide open in the left corner there. Tries to do a run commit on me here, but I ended up calling bench out of the snugs formation and just pass it to the out there. And then so I'm here in the it's not exactly the goal line. I mean, the 6-yard line is deep in the red zone, and I hate being that deep into the red zone. He ends up picking me off, but then I end up getting the safety there. So now I'm up by 2 possessions, and I get the ball. Pretty much I've already milked the whole 3rd quarter, so I'm gonna try to milk as much of the 4th quarter as I can. That way, when he gets the ball back, he's down by, you know, multiple touchdowns and without that much time left. So, you know, I'm all about milking the clock. You know, a lot of people play this game, they try to just score as many points as possible. You know, these guys that like to sit there and no huddle all the time, they just, you know, they try their, you know, their goal is to score as often as possible. My goal, I don't care about how often I score. I just want to take care of the ball and then milk the clock. So right here, I go for the QB run, and I end up fumbling it right there. And I was trying to slide. I was tapping the square button, but there was a slight little bit of lag here, so he ended up not sliding, and I wasn't protecting the ball, so he ends up stripping the ball here. And I mean, it wasn't you know, the end of the world, because like I said, I'm still up by 2 possessions. He's got to score twice. I mean, he's got plenty of time to do it, but so far he hasn't even scored at all, so I'm not really sure, you know, if he'd be capable of coming back. And of course, if there is the pick right there, and Kuechly comes up with a big pick. So now with the 2 possession lead, and you know, I'm just gonna milk this clock down. And I'm getting the long run right there, running the inverted veer, and end up going up 15-0 here, and then he ends up asking for mercy. So I always grant mercy whenever they ask for it, because you never know when you might get a disconnect and then end up losing the game. So this video is winding down. I've got more coming up. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.